6ix9ine done made one of the strangest comebacks in music. After really being away from the world, being away from dropping music for over these past few years, recently he done popped back up. And it's like every time you open your phone, every time you get on social media, you gon' see 6ix9ine at least once, whether it's him trolling or just in some crazy situation. You gon' see the man. The last big situation he was in was the other day with his mom. His home was broken into, she was held at gunpoint, people ran in, wanted money, wanted cars. It was this whole crazy situation. But this 6ix9ine comeback really is something that we can't escape from. See, now everybody done made a million videos on 6ix9ine, so I'm not diving into his past. I'm not going into all of these beefs. We just talking about him. 6ix9ine really was the boogeyman in hip hop, and not in a good way. Not like people were scared to rap against him. He was the boogeyman in hip hop, as in he was harassing everybody. 6ix9ine was the one dude you did not want to have no problems with, because if you had problems with 6ix9ine, he was gonna drag it. He was gonna take it to that next level. He was gonna try to turn it into some real problems, some real beef. Like if we go back to 2018, it's been numerous examples of him shooting at artists or, you know, starting real life beef behind his online antics. And that really had a part to play with him landing in jail. He wanted to be around these gang members. He wanted to start all this controversy. He wanted to shoot at this artist and that artist and put himself in all of these stupid situations, which led him to really become who he is today. A proud snitch. He told, and then after he told, he kind of made snitching his personality, because 6ix9ine always was a personality. 6ix9ine always had this character. He was always the one nigga with the biggest ego of all time. Back during 2018, 2019, he was just that, a walking ego. He terrorized hip hop. It led him to prison. He snitched, turned it into himself. Now he gets online, he like, I'm a pro snitch. Like, I know what I did, I did what I wanted, I did what I had to do. He had a whole album called Tattletales.
If your people didn't do you wrong, would you have snitched?
No, and I'm saying,
True.
And I'm saying that because I love the people I fucking did crimes with. I love the people to the point where I knew without them that none of the shit would be possible. And I didn't believe that they would be capable of sleeping with the person I was with, taking the amount of money that they would. I knew there was gang affiliation, splits, and I knew that, you know, they were gonna be crying, but I didn't feel like my own friend that I gave $30,000, $90,000 to were kidnapped. And I miss some of the people on there because they were good people to me, but at the trial or at the arrangement or at the proffers with the government, I didn't feel like I would hear the shit that I've heard that they said about me after I helped them.
So 6ix9ine got out of prison after sitting for years, and you know, he came back and he was trolling on the internet a little bit, but you know, it wasn't as bad as it once was. 2018, 6ix9ine was literally every single rap news headline. Anything that really happened in 2018 had something to do with 6ix9ine. Just a little bit, even if it was a little bit, 6ix9ine was in there. 6ix9ine had a part to play in. So he gets released and he's still this character, but it's nowhere near as big. And even after getting released from prison, instead of him laying low, instead of him just chilling, making music, acting, whatever 6ix9ine could possibly do, he creates more issues with himself, not with people, not with another rapper he beefing with, but with the government, but with 12, but with cops. 6ix9ine was putting himself into so many legal problems. All around the country, he was drowning in debt, millions in debt. At one point, he would get into a fight at this club, and he made a mistake that put him in life-ruining debt. 6ix9ine would get into an argument at the club, and you know, somebody called him a rat. He was feeling the weight. Everybody called 6ix9ine a rat, but I guess this night, that nigga just wasn't feeling it. So he gets called this rat, he get to tweaking. They arguing, he grabs a bottle, he throws this bottle, but instead of hitting the person that he wanted to hit, he hits one of the dancers. Now this dancer head got busted open. She tweaking, she mad. And she was gonna make an example out of this nigga. This is what XXL wrote. According to court documents, a receiver was appointed on November 29th to seize and sell 6ix9ine's assets to satisfy an injury judgment for the victim. Two items being targeted for the seizure are 6ix9ine's Rolls Royce collection and his Florida mansion. As previously reported on November 22nd, the judge signed off on a judgment ordering 6ix9ine to pay the victim $9,825,000. And so as time would go on, this debt building, these problems building, and it got to a point where the government just wanted their money. So that's exactly what they did. They went and they got their money. They raided 6ix9ine house, and it wasn't like, oh, we kicking your door in because maybe you doing something illegal. Hell no, they ran in there, they took his cars, they took jewelry, they took watches. Literally anything of value that they could find from 6ix9ine, they took. And I vividly remember why this was going down. I'm looking at the auction site in real time. They wasn't even selling straight expensive stuff and plaques and change. They was selling anything of value, $25, $50 chains, fake earrings, fake bracelets. They were selling everything that man owned just to get that money that he owed to the government. Then it wasn't just that, it was cars and everything. SSL also wrote that 6ix9ine's Lamb, Urus, and his 2017 Bentley will be sold on the auction block, courtesy of the IRS. Both cars will have a starting bid of $20,000. The highest bidder will have a chance to take home one or both of these luxury vehicles.
So apparently 6ix9ine's cars are getting auctioned off. So apparently in Opalaka, they're having a federal auction that is selling or going to be auctioned off 2 cars by Tekashi 6ix9ine, a Lamborghini Urus and a Bentley Continental. I think previously the Bentley he used to, like his last girlfriend used to drive, Jade. Around this whole thing, it appears that 6ix9ine owes the government some money, and this is their way of getting the money. He's probably been delinquent or something like that, and apparently he's still in the Dominican Republic. So he's in the Dominican Republic handling some issues to do with domestic violence with the girl that he's with, which is Anuel's baby mama. And while he hasn't been in the United States, there's been shit still going on. The IRS and other agencies and people who claim that they're owed money because there's a few lawsuits that he never answered to, they're saying, yo, give us our money. And one of the ways to get the money is they grab the cars. You know, the IRS ain't gonna wait too long. They grab the cars and now they're auctioning them off. Apparently, the bid started at $20,000.
And you know, this is a situation that affected 6ix9ine for real, so of course he gonna speak on it. And not too long ago, just the other day, 6ix9ine would sit down and would speak on how he ended up in this situation. It would speak on how he was in all of this debt from that situation and from whatever else he had going on. And it kind of boiled down to one thing. He was like, look, I was in this situation, but I didn't understand how to use this money, how to spend this money, how to manage it. So this debt, these problems with the IRS, they was just building up. 6ix9ine would get on stream with Deshae Frost and say this. I was like, damn, all my taxpaying dollars is going to the IRS. You know, I did something. I didn't know how to manage my money. So my accountant wasn't writing nothing off. So I got into problems with the IRS. So at the end of the day, I just got to be smarter with my money. I'm 6ix9ine. The way that they treat everybody else and the way that they treat 6ix9ine is different. There's different rules. There's different things. I think they want to make an example out of me. That's cool as long as I'm free with my family. We're going to pay these people their money, get all this money. We don't know where it's going to, but we just gonna do the right thing. We're gonna pay up. And the reason that I'm telling you all of this is so you can really understand the state of his career, where he is in life, how much of a bad situation he dug himself into. Because it wasn't just the IRS attacking 6ix9ine, it was people attacking him in real life. For the first time, really ever, 6ix9ine got caught lacking. I mean, other than the time when his homeboys kidnapped him, but this was like the first time 6ix9ine got karma for all the hate and all the stuff he was pushing online. One day, he out at the gym. Dudes ran down on him. They beat him up in his locker room. And it got to a point where 6ix9ine was trying to sue LA Fitness for $1 million because he felt like y'all the reason this happened. Y'all let these people come in here. Y'all didn't have no security. Y'all let these people who didn't even have a membership in here come to the back, come to the locker room, and beat me up on top of that, on camera, in front of the world. So 6ix9ine felt the way. And a lot of people feel like this humbled him. A lot of people feel like this changed 6ix9ine because for years, other than him going to prison, every time he got online and he talked shit or he said anything he wanted to about anybody, there was never repercussions. It was always 6ix9ine says something crazy, he laughs it off, nobody ever catch him. I'm not trying to advocate for niggas beating him up or causing violence. I'm just saying he did all of this negativity, speaking violence on the other people, and for the first time it happened back to him. So a lot of people feel like this changed 6ix9ine as a character, as a person, because I bet it did. He got beat up in front of the whole world. The internet really was laughing at him for real. But past this controversy, how is his career doing musically at least? To answer the question I just asked, bad. Musically, 6ix9ine is non-existent. During 2018, he was this hot artist, dropping all these big songs, but it was really carried by his antics. At the same time, I can't say it was truly carried by these antics because we can't act like 6ix9ine music wasn't hitting back then. As much as you don't like 6ix9ine, as much as you hate the man, as much as you want to call him a snitch, when he was doing that run where he dropping 2-3 songs every month, every other month, he was dropping big songs that people did like. Like some of them songs, you gotta be realistic. It wasn't bad music. Now, is he the most talented nigga on the planet? No, but y'all know I'm not just no hating ass nigga, and I'm gonna speak how I feel. And back then during 2018, that music was hitting. He was as hot as he was for a reason. If the music didn't sound how it sounded in 2018, 6ix9ine would have just been this hater. Somebody people hated. But even past 6ix9ine, 2018 was such a weird era in music. Like when you think back to 2018, that shit was really distinct. That was really its own year. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like 2018 got this specific feeling when it comes to the hip hop scene. It was so much going on with so many different artists. I don't know if we ever gonna get another 2018. We had so many different artists at like the peaks of their careers. I mean, if we really look through, we had Trippie Redd, Travis Scott dropped Astroworld, we had Nicki drop Queen, the whole war between her and Travis, we had X, Juice WRLD, all of these different huge artists that came up during this 2018 time period. It was such a distinct feeling that you got from that year. I really wonder if we'll get again. But then it was like after 6ix9ine got out of prison, nigga, 2018, 2019 went by, he got out, the music just didn't hit the same no more. He got out and it was like he forgot. He pulled a Bobby Shmurda. He forgot how to make music. Everything he put out was just trash. Everything he put out just, people heard it and they're like, what am I listening to? Like literally nothing about 6ix9ine's career was the same. People already didn't like him, but then him snitching was one thing that just cut off a whole population of people that listened to him. Then the music just sounding bad, objectively bad, also made the whole other half not want to listen to him. So two negatives was going against 6ix9ine at the same time. And when he would drop music, it would be looked at, it might get attention for 5 minutes, maybe a week and a half, but then after that, it just wasn't there no more. The first album he dropped after prison did about, what, 50K? And it was a whole situation with him going to war with Billboard because they had changed bundles right around the time when he dropped this album.
I'm gonna make this real quick because I'll be real disappointed if Billboard gets paid for number ones, somehow manipulate the charts. I want the whole world to see this because what I'm about to show you is a forecast, right, of what every label in the world gets. Atlantic, Interscope, Republic, Columbia, Sony, Universal Music. Every label gets this, right? This forecast, what's today, Friday? So it was sent yesterday. This is the forecast from yesterday, right? Number 1, Doja Cat, Say So. Number 2, 6ix9ine, Gooba. Number 3, The Weeknd, Blinding Lights. 4, Megan Thee Stallion. Number 5, Ariana Grande was Stuck With You. Last night, which is completely illegal, last night, last second, like last hour, Stuck With You by Ariana Grande submits 60,000 units out of nowhere, completely out of nowhere. This is the forecast they sent every label. It puts Ariana Grande with Stuck With You at 43.7, which jumps 12 points. They went from being 5th place to 1st place out of nowhere, right? It puts Gooba 40 points. So Gooba never jumps to number 1, but Ariana jumps from number 5 to number 1. And then they post for a very limited time. So Billboard, I'll be real disappointed because this is for every rapper, artist in the world, every genre. If you manipulate the charts, right, and you create bundles, Sony, Doja Cat is, I believe it was Sony. Sony placed an audit to Billboard and they said, we want to see your numbers because we're not comfortable being number 3. We want number 1. I mean, no, I think they said we're comfortable with Tekashi being number 1, but why are we number 3? So Universal Music has put an audit in and Sony has put an audit in because literally you're manipulating the charts now. So Billboard, the world is watching and saying, why y'all cheat? If y'all doing this to every artist in the world, how can an artist that works hard get number 1?
But I think around this time is when he realized, you know what, maybe music isn't the best thing for me to be doing because people don't like it. People don't like me. I feel like his biggest audience ain't hip hop, it's the Spanish side because that's what he did a lot. He worked with a lot of Spanish artists and they had some big songs out. Now, how big is 6ix9ine on that side of the world? I can't tell you for sure, but he definitely gets a lot of love from his Spanish fan base. But my point is, I think 6ix9ine realized that, you know what, I have a personality. And with the way the internet is set up, if you got a personality, that really will take you a long way. Think about all these big streamers. They're not big streamers just because they're a big streamer. They're a big streamer because they got a personality behind them. Content creators, not all of them, but a good bit of them. Personality behind them. If you even want to use a rapper as an example, T-Pain, example of an artist who turned to streaming and made it successful because T-Pain has that much of a personality. He's that charismatic that people want to watch T-Pain, want to watch him stream, want to watch him play this and do that and talk about whatever. And 6ix9ine, I think, started to realize that, but not at that time. This might have been something he internalized because 6ix9ine had a little comeback, but then he was out of the face of the world for a while. So after everything I just spoke about happened, remember what I said, musically his career wasn't in the best spot. So he did something we see a lot of other artists do, disappearing, not dropping music. He stepped away from the actual music itself.
IRS came and raided my house, right? Why at that time I'm not dropping music, releasing music to make money, you know, through a label? I'm just saying, nigga, this shit. Everything. Oh, 6ix9ine, he's just looking for clout, so I'm not dropping a song every week. Well, I'm not I don't give a nigga, like.
But so why did you take that long break after
Because
all
I
those
just seen
records?
how fake the game was. You know how many fake streams? Matter of fact, I don't even gotta give an example about fake streams that Young Thug used. Wasn't Young Thug caught on a jail phone call that was leaked? Him buying fake streams for Gunna? So if he's buying fake streams for Gunna, an artist signed under him, you don't think he's buying fake streams for himself? Do you know that labels, I know you get paid by labels. Labels say, yo, here's this much money this month, post my artist once a week, once a month. I need this post right now. So labels control a lot of the fake streams, fake algorithm posts, like No Jumper post. Damn, I don't want to violate somebody right now, but just say post. Not only you, academics, rap, the page RAP, the page Rap Spotlights, the page Hollywood Unlocked. These labels have you guys under payroll where they say, listen, do you guys know that fake likes and fake comments are a thing? So when you have the budget of the label part of your deal and they know you're scorching hot, they inflate your likes, they inflate your botted comments. They actually comment what they want the fans to say and buy the likes on that comment. So it could be at the very top and then you're like, oh, look at the most liked comment is this guy's the best, but it's a fake comment. It's a fake likes, a fake. So you see how I'm saying that? The industry looks at me like, damn, this kid is exposing us right now. We have to kill this thing. Like, you know what I mean?
There's
like
people
this needs to get shot. Like that's how they look at it.
There's people who the fans just think are just super hot.
So his reasoning was the industry was against him, and if we're gonna be honest, everybody hated him, labels included. But at the end of the day, the only person to blame for all of this hate, for him being blackballed, why labels don't want to work with him, why these companies don't want to work with him, is because of him. He the one that spent years online pushing his BS, pushing his negativity, creating such a bad image around himself that him snitching on top of it just made nobody want to work with him. I remember at a point in time, he dropped his album. Apple Music wasn't even pushing it. What did you expect to have? A recent example of 6ix9ine, you know, ruining a business move or ruining the business side of music for himself was when he was signed with this record label, right? And basically, they were planning to give him nearly the exact amount of money to get him out of all of his debt. He signed with Cartel Records, and basically they were planning to give 6ix9ine $6 million. $6 million was gonna go in his pocket allegedly, but there was some stipulations. He can't be in the streets, he can't be online beefing people, he can't cause no problems. 6ix9ine, if you wanna work with us, my nigga, we need you to be peaceful. We don't need you on bad timing with nobody, not causing no problems. And don't go to jail, do not get arrested. And y'all know what 6ix9ine did. Within a month of signing this record deal, a deal that would have saved him, a deal that would have got him out of so much debt, he ends up going to jail. And it wasn't like, oh, you know, he had strap on him. 6ix9ine was still on probation because remember, he was just in prison. He gets out. They drug test him one day. This nigga tests positive for some meth. Right after signing this $6 million deal, they just told him don't go to jail. And the point of me saying this is this basically gave labels in the industry more of a reason to be against him. And then 6ix9ine getting arrested, just kept happening over and over. So many times in the past few years, we done seen 6ix9ine get booked on something, whether it's big or small. Him getting hit with that meth, him getting DV charges. A couple months ago, this nigga went to the mall, got caught a rat, and put hands on somebody. Got turned into him getting thrown on house arrest. So even after snitching and getting a second chance in life, this dude still causing problems. And I don't know if something changed with him or what, but he's kind of realizing that, you know, I should probably do this content creator bag. I should probably really become more of this media personality than this rapper. Since like August, July, 6ix9ine been on an insane interview run. He been doing the funniest interviews of all time. Every time 6ix9ine go and do an interview, he be straight clip farming. I don't know how he be thinking about some of the stuff he say, but it's definitely funny. And it's going viral for a reason. That Vlad TV interview he did, hilarious. If you haven't watched it, even if you don't like 6ix9ine, you watch that, you gon' laugh. So he does this Vlad interview. It's going viral. Millions and millions of views. So now everybody else want to, you know, do an interview with 6ix9ine because he's clip farming. He's taking it to another level. And not only is he doing interviews, streamers is working with him now. He was on stream with Neon, Deshae Frost. Hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if Casanet get on stream with the man. Point is, 6ix9ine is going all in on this content creator bag or the media side of the internet. He ain't really focusing on rapping no more. He ain't putting out no snippets like that. 6ix9ine just get on here. He be funny. He's gonna use that to his advantage. I see it happening in real time. He's using his personality to the fullest and is realizing how much money it can really make him. Like I seen somebody say this, I can't remember exactly who it was, but if 6ix9ine deadass became a streamer and like was dropping clips on YouTube, clips on TikTok, like a real streamer, he would do numbers. 6ix9ine will probably be doing 10K average views every stream because the nigga is just that funny. And these streamers are definitely gonna collaborate with him. So it's gonna be their communities coming in with his. It's a bag opportunity in front of 6ix9ine, and I think only time will tell if he'll really take it. But even though 6ix9ine has been on this little internet run, this whole situation that just happened with his mom happened. Basically, one day people ran to 6ix9ine's house and they held his mom at gunpoint. They wanted jewelry, they wanted cars, they wanted all of this stuff that 6ix9ine had, and it's basically an open investigation going on right now against these people. TMZ will write this. 6ix9ine's Florida home was stormed by 4 gunmen hunting for his cash and car keys and held his mother against her will during a terrifying invasion. The incident happened when his 60-year-old mother was at his residence and suddenly confronted by the armed men. 6ix9ine tells us he was not home at the time. Instead, he was streaming with Jack Doherty when the home invasion played out. When the deputies arrived, they made contact with several individuals inside the residence who reported that 4 armed masked men entered the home with handguns. They said his mom was physically held outside while the remaining suspects ran inside and ransacked the property. I don't know how 6ix9ine is feeling. I don't know if he finna slow down on the content grind right now because, you know, he got stuff going on with his mom. His mom just got hit at gunpoint. She probably feeling crazy right now. Who knows what's next for 6ix9ine? He really is somebody you can't escape from. No matter how hard you want to escape from 6ix9ine, he's somebody that's always gonna be there.